I saw a lot of people going off on me about things I said in the last Gabrielle Henrique reaction video. And I'm basically going to be getting into the ones that took up a lot of space in the comments section of that video and doing nothing more than addressing them the way I initially responded in my own head, if that makes sense. I just worked a very difficult, very hard day, and I'm just gonna be as calm, plain, and respectful as I can be. Now, before we get into this video, I know I already said I'm at my most I don't give a crap mindset, but I do want to make sure you guys understand why I criticize in the first place. First, I know when I hear something that could be improved in the voice. For the most part, I don't hear everything, but I hear a lot. Two, I say it because I feel like it's important to be said for general education to anyone who wants to recognize if they have similar tendencies themselves. Three, I'm saying it about Gabriel because I know I've heard better, and because he is one of the most talented vocalists I've ever come across that I react to. I believe he can do better than what he's showing me, which is why I'm giving him criticism, because it's supposed to help you get better so that you can continually get better as a vocalist, because there's always room to improve. And I know a lot of you guys might think there's no way he's ever going to improve. He's always going to sound like he can't sing. He is always going to never be able to sing. And to that, I just say, move right along. You've got no place here if you think that. That's why I actually deleted a comment that said he can't even sing when I first read through all these. But anyway, that's my disclaimer. The criticism is to help him get better. I don't want to do it to disrespect him. That is not my intent, I promise. I just want to help through making awareness of these things that he could be doing better, and hopefully that will make him sound as close to perfection as possible. Without further ado, let's get into these. Let's start with this one. Believe me, there is no studio version or later dubbing. He sings like this without a microphone, even in a car. I said I guarantee you the audio quality in this video is not just from his camera audio and the music playing in the background. Yes, his singing will always be this great no matter what, but I can tell he used a mic compression and reverb at the very least, and whether it's live or pre-recorded is the only question in my mind. Yes, that means I believe he could have pre-recorded and lip-synced. So this one I just translated over here using Google Translate. First of all, for me, a publisher who says that Gabriel lacked emotion in this masterpiece loses all credit. First off, I didn't say he lacked emotion completely. I only said that he didn't do it justice the way I would imagine. Keep in mind, that's an opinion. You can do what you want with it. I'm only saying that he did a basic and good job at communicating the emotional context of whatever he was singing. He didn't do as great of a job as Christina Aguilera, who has gone through the main message of the song. Whether Gabriel has or hasn't gone through that himself is unknown to me, and that will lead me to something else. To say, I wish I had never said that he didn't go through it himself. He probably has at some point in his life connected the story that is hurt to something he actually experienced. I'm saying now, I wish I had never said that he never went through something like that himself. So whoever mentioned that in the comment section, I'll give you credit there. You come back after a year to make the so-called compliments, but drowned out by a lot of negative reviews. In fact, I remember your old videos, you always had something to criticize Gabriel for, and it was always the same: the accent, the microphone, the lip sync, the lack of emotion, the auto-tune, etc. We finally know the music, unfortunately used by those. That last part I don't understand. And here's what I really want to address. The accent is always going to make him sound like he doesn't have the diction he should when he sings. I'm telling you, it doesn't discredit him that much. I'm only making notice of it because I'm speaking up for those who expect such high standards from anyone, no matter how high the talent level is. The microphone, you can't make audio sound that good without a high quality microphone of some sort. The lip sync, I'm only saying he could have. I don't care what you guys have to call me an idiot for based on the lip sync part, because that just shows you guys don't understand how the industry works. Just because he can do it live every single time doesn't mean he's necessarily doing so. I'm only saying he probably lip synced it because that's how the industry works when it comes to YouTube covers. Do with that what you will. I'm done talking about that one because it really is one of the most unnecessary ones I've gotten from not just this comment, but another one as well. The lack of emotion, as I said, I never should have commented specifically that he didn't go through something similar to the song Hurt, but I'm only saying as far as communicating those emotions, he did a good job, but I know I've seen better. That's all I'm saying. Now, done with that one as well. The auto-tune, I never said he had auto-tune decisions. And there's nothing wrong with auto-tune when used properly. Obviously, it can be used as a crutch, but that's just a stereotype with it. Some people, like myself, use it to their advantage to make the song sound good. That's the only difference I'm talking about between auto-tune being used as a crutch and auto-tune being used properly. Okay, that addresses that comment. Let's move along. This is absolutely not true, and you keep repeating this in your previous videos. You kept doubting all the time. No, I would say I was more directly praising him for what he's done years ago than I do now. I would say nowadays I critique him more than I did years before. And the only big thing that I really criticized him for was the Oh Holy Night cover he did, where it was supposed to represent a Mariah Carey version that he did a cover spin-off for. I say to both of them, just like I've said to you guys that I would say to both of them, that I keep having to say, and I will forever say it. I don't like when people do riffs and runs constantly messing up and muddying up the main melody from start to finish. You do it a little bit closer towards the end when you have room and space to expand from what was already established in the beginning. It's called tasteful choices, not criticism that is unnecessary. Straight up, I'm done talking about it. Read the fans' comments here. Most of them don't follow you, and you don't have to. He's your artist to follow in the first place. You have never reacted to the videos Gabriel recorded in his car. I actually did. If you'll take a look at my reaction to him singing Titanic's love theme, My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion, I reacted to him doing one with a mic setup and then one where he was doing it years later in his car. So yes, I have listened to him sing in the car. You can check that out. I will put the link down below, and I will also put the playlist in the card right here. Check it out for yourself. I found them both to be phenomenal performances. And I am happy to say that it's only half of these people who feel like I'm being a jerk to Gabriel. I really do appreciate everyone who doesn't think I'm being that way towards him. You guys are really what drives this channel to understand how much I do appreciate him. Translating this one too, what he essentially said was, the problem is I'm talentless and he's completely filled with talent. I don't know if he can do 1% of what Gabriel does. I heard him last year. He was humming in one of Gabriel's videos, and I'm sorry to say it was impossible to hear. So of course when he hears an angel singing, it must be strange, but he can't help. I know what you're trying to say, but the way it's worded just doesn't make sense. Christina Aguilera is Christina Aguilera. Gabriel Henrique is Gabriel Henrique. I gotta retranslate that part again. Thank you for your attention. Oh, gotcha. Yes, I think he should be able to make a difference, but he has reacted to our Gabriel in the past. I saw them all at the same time, and there were always a lot of doubts on his part. I fully don't remember, but like I said at the beginning of this video, whatever criticism I may have given him was never to belittle him. It was only to make sure that these things that I said were made aware to him so that he could do better, because I want that for any vocalist I come across. And if I feel the need to say something, I will. Gabriel Henrique was perfect. He sang brilliantly, and there was no lack of breath, as you said. I've seen and heard perfection. Thank you for taking the time to react. Now that's respectful. He's politely disagreed. Is that why? I know it's supposed to be a hate comment, but that is literally the funniest thing I could have ever come across. Is that why he uses the name Mad Musician? That is so funny. Oh, I don't have to translate that. That's already in English. Sure, last year I reacted to some of his videos and told him his feedbacks were strange. He was always criticizing Gabriel and then tries to sing, but honestly it was weird. So I stopped singing. Don't worry. Don't worry. I save that for covers. And if you guys don't like it, so be it. So listening to an angel voice and finding ways to always criticize such awesome vocals like Gabriel tells a lot. Always. Seriously. If I'm not mistaken, as I've said before, I had a lot less criticizing to do years previous. One question. You know how to sing at least 10% of what Gabriel Henrique sings, but don't say he lost his breath. He's kidding. He can hold his breath for a long time. You're jealous. Are you kidding me? I don't give a crap to sing the way he does. I think he has problems admitting Gabriel Henrique is a vocal genius. Sure, he's a vocal master, but I hear imperfections, so... You are wrong. Gabriel sings wonderfully. What? You are out of... Fix your spelling. This isn't even translating properly. You are out of tune that you don't know how to sing. So be it. That's your opinion. You're welcome to have it. I've seen all of his reactions to GH, and he's always been very, very, very critical. It was the accent, then the lack of emotion, then the microphone, the autotune, then the lip sync. Exhibit A. Go there, find out what I had to say about all 5 of those. And he's still here again with the same words. You have the right to dislike Gabriel, but you don't have the right to pretend to like it. You don't have to call me a liar. I like his singing. I really do. And it's quite a shame that you think my criticism means I don't. The only reason why I'm giving criticism is because they're such minor things that he can simply try to refine over time, just like I've done. You don't have to call me a liar. I like him singing, alright? My criticism is just minor things that could make him sound like a perfect vocalist. He's already got 95% of it over with, perfected, in the habit of doing all the time naturally. And he's on AGT for a reason. There's a reason why he's on there. I believe, just as much as you guys do, that he's an amazing vocalist. I'm only talking about things that he could do to make himself sound like a perfect vocalist as opposed to an awesome one. Okay? So, don't call me a liar again. If I see something like that again, I will straight up delete your comment. Read all the fan comments here and you'll quickly understand what I mean. Sure. I agree, Gabriel is such a brilliant vocalist that many are just envious. Okay, you probably must be so much better than he, so... Yeah, petty as always. He should read all the comments. This guy has always found problems in Gabriel's singing. He just doesn't admit Gabriel's brilliance in being one of the best vocalists today. I'll admit it right now. He is brilliant, and he is one of the best vocalists of this current, most modern generation. He just has certain things that are always a little bit weird for me to process, and so I point them out, and then move on. The thing is, you guys don't move on. You like to make it into a bigger deal than it actually is. A serial killer on the loose by the name of Gabriel Henrique. He gives respect to the original artist, but makes it into his original. Thank you for your analysis, but I agree with you regarding him being out of breath. Translating this one, I think you're the one who's out of breath. Oh, envious people. Okay. And then my response to the original person up here, I didn't say he was out of breath. I said I didn't appreciate how he took a breath mid-phrase like that, and him being out of breath would be the one instance I would not have a problem with him taking that breath. Thank you for appreciating my reaction and analysis, though. The same exact commenter responded with, I apologize for the misunderstanding. So rare, at least with what I'm seeing lately, someone being understanding of what I had to say. I have seen all your reactions to Gabrielle, and you have... Okay, just stop. Just stop. You don't have to copy and paste your main comment everywhere. People who are curious about what other people have to say will find you. You don't have to spread yourself like that. That is straight up annoying. And to think that someone once said he showed no emotion when he sang. Yeah, right. Maybe not as much true emotion as Christina Aguilera, but he definitely committed to the emotional context for sure. You can sense his commitment not just in his facial expressions, which still unfortunately includes a slight bit of an entertainment smile, but also in the way he sings this song. And I say unfortunately with an entertainment smile because with such a painfully sad and heartbreaking song, there's no room for such a move as that. Now, everyone in this section below that comment I wrote is essentially writing me off for me saying he had a smile. I will actually take a look. Sorry I couldn't include the actual video in this, but I'm trying to make sure I don't get this video copyright claimed as well. Overall, though, he's singing with a lot of emotion audibly, but I'm just not convinced visually as far as his facial expressions. Here's one question I have, though, if anyone's willing to answer. What do you call this if it's not a smile? I don't know what to call it. If it's not a smile, let me know down below for anyone who's willing to watch this video to this point. Okay, I have something to say about this one. Essentially, he says, despite how wrong he is, he also has the right to feel this way about Gabrielle, so give him some slack and patience. And then in this last paragraph, he goes on to talk about the fact that I have an addiction to the seams of my shorts, or something along those lines. I come off as normal for the most part with a few strange habits, as you guys like to say all the time. But what no one realizes is the fact that I am diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome and ADHD. Asperger's syndrome is a form of autism, and one of the biggest things that we do whenever we get the chance, especially whenever I get the chance, because I don't always make the time to do it, is stimming. And one of the harmful stims I've developed for some of the lower body wear I have is grabbing the seam either on the inside or the outside of the leg, pinching it and then twisting it until it stretches into oblivion. So that's what that is. Maybe you could ask what I'm doing next time instead of straight up judging me. Although I'm not surprised that you judged me. I seem like a normal guy until you see something super weird like that. At the same time, though, don't judge automatically. You're in the wrong for judging. I'm in the wrong for allowing you guys to see it. Moving on. Yeah, I'm not addressing anymore. This video has become long enough as it is. So to anyone who's stuck around this long, thank you. You really are an amazing human being. If you want to see more reactions from Gabrielle, make sure to subscribe with the notifications on. So with that being the case, I will see you all next time.